I don't think people understand how crazy the brain is, and mixed transcortical aphasia is a good example of that. It all began when a neurologist encountered a patient who had recently suffered multiple strokes. These left him unable to speak spontaneously or understand language, though he could still repeat full sentences. This marked the beginning of the discovery of what is now known as mixed transcortical aphasia. There are many types of aphasia. Aphasia means that you have a language disorder that could make it hard for you to read, listen, write, and say what you mean to say due to a brain lesion. The most common cause is stroke, although it could also be due to traumatic brain injury, brain tumors, among other causes. Aphasias can vary greatly in their symptoms depending on the location of the injury. In this case, the lesion is typically very large and located in the left hemisphere, involving both anterior and posterior regions near key language centers such as Broca's area, responsible for language production, and Wernicke's area, also important in language. You can learn about Wernicke's and Broca's area here. However, the damage does not directly affect those areas. Instead, the lesion functionally isolates them from the rest of the brain. This type of lesion leads to distinctive characteristics that help differentiate this aphasia from other types of aphasia. The first characteristic is that it's a severe form of aphasia, because it entails a combination of expressive and receptive language deficits across all modalities. This means it impacts language production whether spoken or written, as well as comprehension whether spoken or written. As you can see, this aphasia is very similar to global aphasia, but they're very different in a crucial aspect that we're going to discuss later. You can learn about global aphasia here. This type of aphasia can also be referred to as isolation aphasia, and is the least common of the three transcortical aphasias. It's estimated to account for only 3% of all cases. You can learn about the other two types here. As I said, comprehension is severely affected. Most patients do not understand anything at all. This includes single words, sentences, and conversations. This contrasts with aphasias such as anomic or conduction aphasia, where individuals have relatively preserved comprehension abilities. As I mentioned at the beginning, the aphasia most similar to mixed transcortical aphasia is global aphasia, as both severely impair language comprehension and production. However, individuals with mixed transcortical aphasia, although they can't even name simple objects, are still able to repeat words and phrases remarkably well, whereas those with global aphasia cannot. In fact, their good repetition skills have a dark side and are often expressed as echolalia, which is the involuntary and meaningless repetition of words just spoken by another person. It can be expressed in very different ways, such as if the examiner says the first few words of familiar songs or rhymes, these patients often complete the phrase and may go on to provide one or more following lines. Here's an example of how a conversation with someone with this type of aphasia might go.
Hello, Mrs. Smith.
Mrs. Smith, yes.
How are you doing today?
How are you doing today?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you.
My name is Bill. I'll be working with you today.
My name is Bill. I'm working today.
If this video is useful, please subscribe for more content. Additionally, it is common for individuals to have one or more additional impairments, such as right hemiparesis or hemiplegia and right homonymous hemianopsia.